I pray God shows this video to whoever needs it today. Today is day 389 of verse of the day. And today's verse talks about reconnecting with the Lord after you may have failed. And today's verse is in Matthew chapter 26, verses 74 through 75. And they read, "Then he began to invoke a curse on himself and to swear, 'I do not know the man.' And immediately the rooster crowed. And Peter remembered the saying of Jesus, 'Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times.' And he went out and wept bitterly." I know Peter's life can relate to a lot of us. Sometimes we may feel we'll never do that one sin again or step away from the Lord's path or even deny him, yet we see ourselves doing it time and time again. But what's also important in Peter's life and his story in the Bible is that in John chapter 21, we see that after Jesus is resurrected, he goes and meets with his disciples as they are fishing. And once his disciples realize that that is the Lord, they all come out to him, including Peter, and Peter gets the opportunity to reconnect with the Lord. And so for today's verse of the day, I want to paint a big picture. We see 2 people that denied Jesus. We see Peter and we see Judas in the Bible. Now, Peter and Judas are 2 very important examples of 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 10. And that verse explains to us the difference between worldly grief and godly grief. Judas ended up taking his own life. Now, in 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 10, it explains to us that worldly grief produces death, but it also explains to us that godly grief produces repentance that leads to salvation without regret. And we see that in Peter. Now, when Peter denied Jesus, he wept, but he didn't allow worldly grief to produce death. He gave himself the opportunity to continue his walk of salvation, and then once the Lord appeared to him, he then reconnected with the Lord. And I say all that to say, if you are struggling on this journey with Christ, don't think that you can't reconnect with the Lord just because you have fallen off your path. Proverbs chapter 24, verse 16 reminds us that the righteous fall 7 times, but get back up again. It's that getting back up again that makes us righteous. It is repenting and continuing our walk of salvation that connects us with the Lord. And so I pray that everybody give themselves the opportunity, if you have recently fallen off, or if you are still dwelling on something that you did a while ago, give yourself the opportunity to reconnect with the Lord. It's going to take time, but what it's also going to take is spending time with God. Meditate with him, speak to him, and wait for him to speak to you. And so with that being said, that's all I have for everybody today. Continue your journey with Christ. Continue to walk by faith and not by sight. I want to say I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.